G7? Will never recognize borders changed by force by Russia.
Here's a summary of the article.
The spread of the malignant epidemic is a great turmoil to fall on our country since the founding. State news agency KCNA quoted Kim as telling an emergency meeting of the country's ruling Workers' Party. The Workers' Party meeting heard reports of about 280,810 people being treated and 27 deaths since a fever of unidentified origins was reported starting in late April, KCNA said. Since late April, 524,440 people have shown signs of fever, including 174,440 new cases on Friday, KCNA said. About 243,630 have been treated, but KCNA has not said how many people have been tested nor confirmed the total number of COVID-19 cases. Leader Kim said the health crisis had been caused by the incompetence and irresponsibility of party organizations, but transmission was not uncontrollable and the country must have faith in its battle to overcome the crisis in the shortest possible period, KCNA said. Kim offered to donate medical supplies, which had been kept in his household, to be used by families that are experiencing particular hardship, with his resolution to always share the destiny with the people, KCNA said. North Korea said that party officials, workers and youth continue to be mobilized for work to prevent drought damages and for rice planting in different parts of the country, the KCNA reported separately.
This post received a score of 61,000, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The ideal outcome would be that Russia isn't a world power anymore after the war.
I doubt Russia is going to have any sort of diplomatic, political, financial and military power after all this. They have been selling a lie of being strong and powerful since the 90s and now everyone knows it's all just a bluff.
Unfortunately, they have oil. So there's at least some influence they can hold. Edit, please review the replies to this comment before suggesting the same thing yet again. I know they have other things like nuclear weapons, and oil alone isn't enough for influence.
Fortunately, most countries are trying to become oil independent.
And this has only pushed renewables faster. Putin, the savior of climate change.
Holy shit, he played the long con this entire time.
Zelensky has some serious competition for Nobel Peace Prize this year.
It would be great if they made a universal statement, and not just a Russian-aimed one. Universal rejection of border changes due to military action would send a powerful message globally. United Nations. Okay, no more changing borders based on military action, starting now.
That's really not as preposterous as it sounds. It's way more politically complicated than that, especially since that'll leave certain populations in their current occupied state.
Well, not taken by force recently.
How recently we talking?
I don't see why anyone except Russia, and Russian collaborator countries, would. You can't just kick people out and say, we own this now because the people we put in place here voted on having us own it. People inhabiting regions of a country can't just decide to have that region be part of another country instead. None of that makes any sense, and I am glad the world is finally not putting up with it anymore.
Given that in the entire history of the human race, there are detailed accounts of people coming through and kicking other people out saying, we own this now. The historic story of the United States' birth, England and South Africa, the Caribbean islands are just a few examples. It's nothing new, but humanity has evolved to be more civil, and it is nowhere near as common as it was hundreds to thousands of years ago.
If you hold it and prevent anyone from taking it, it's practically under your control so long as it stays under your control. Personally, I think stable nation-states as they exist now are infinitely superior to territory based on continual military conquest. I think we can do better than the current iteration of nation-states. Especially considering how almost every single country is struggling with which of a few different ways society should be.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.